Good morning, Avo Roller family. How are we doing? It's Mr. Avo Roller himself, and today we have guest co-star Mr. Lemur. Most of you have seen him on Zaboomafoo. He's just now chilling in his stuffed form right now. He's currently got his tea ready to drink today for today's exercise. Also, make sure you got your water. You got your phone just in case if you need to take pictures or notes on your phone. And most importantly, out of everything, out of all this, make sure that you have your handy dandy notebook right here so we can keep track of what's going on. So yesterday, on day 4, we were resting. Day 5 was yesterday. Now day 5, we have videos that need to be posted. Now I do apologize that I did not get to the video last night. That's why we're here this morning. So day 5 and day 6 does not have to be tied in together. Last night I just got busy with homework, so I do apologize on my part, and that is my fault. It's nothing against you guys, but today I will get it in today, and we will be doing this today. But today's main part of the video is when you first wake up in the morning, sometimes you feel tight. I can't move. I can't move. Somebody help me. Okay, so we back in place. And then sometimes your shoulders are like, oh my God, what am I doing this morning? They're rolled forward. Your back might be slouched. You might be like this, like, toothbrush. Where is it? Oh, there it is. All right, look, we don't need any of that. Heck, you might even wake up in the morning and be like, oh shit, not again. Oh, mother, where's the railing on the wall when you need one? Damn, I need, it could be as much as that. I understand all of it. I've been through it all. As a big man being 325, and as a man right now who I would say I'm in the best physical shape of my life at this current point that I am sharing with you, and I'm only getting better as the videos move forward, so I'm so happy to share this journey with you and share what I've learned in the past and bring it to you now. So, as a man that's been through this journey, knowing about the knee pain, knowing about the elbow pain, knowing about the shoulder pain, the neck, the head, the belly, the back, I've had it all. I've experienced it all in different types of levels, and I'm not saying that I've experienced the same as y'all. But what I am saying is I got some techniques for you, and I love all of you, and I want to see you be healthy. So here we are. So we're on to day 5 of this 30-day challenge. Now day 4 we took a rest. If none of you know this, I said massage it out. As you can see, everything is really relaxed. It doesn't seem tight. Massaged it out. Yesterday, missing that exercise definitely helped. I'm not going to lie, but we're going to get it in today. So 2 days of rest so far on the chest. We're going back into flat bench. Now on day 1 of flat bench, we were able to bust out 25. So today we are going to push for our goal. And I believe my goal that I set last week was 33. So we want to add 7 to our goal. And that's why it's important to write stuff down, because life is too busy. So today, the main topic to start us off is stretching. Stretching is so important in the morning to get your body activated. And then after this, we're into the push-up challenge. So here we are. So make sure that you got your water on hand. And for most of you know, and for most of you don't, I am currently taking CPT classes because I want to bring you the best for yourself. So today, if you don't mind, I'm going to teach you all today what I am learning. So today we're talking about flexibility. For what you guys don't know, is flexibility is the range of motion a muscle has. So any range of muscle. So here, this is a range of motion here. From here to here. From this point here to that point, that's a range of motion. From this point here to this point here is a range of motion. From that point to this point is a range. From that point to this point is a range. Even reverse, that's a range of motion. That's a range of motion. Now each specific joint has a certain range of motion in which it should meet in order for it to not be suspicious on a checklist when you're working your way through your body. So what I mean by that is if you're at a physical therapist's office and they're doing measurements on your rotation out, or your up, or your flexion, or your extension, then what they're measuring is the degree of angle. And that degree, depending on what that degree, either puts you in a category saying this joint meets the tolerable rates, this joint is an excellent, this joint has no movement at all. So this is the point where the doctor will start saying, okay, this is how we're going to design your plan in order to get this muscle, this joint, this capsule, these ligaments, these tendons all repositioned, loosened, and tightened at the same time. What I mean by tightened is strengthened in order to protect whatever area you may be working on. One of the most important areas that a lot of people tend to have issues with are their shoulders, and I keep talking about shoulders because I know how important it is. Because listen, for you gentlemen out there that are going to the gym and you're taking 55-pound weights, right, and you're going, oh, boom, boom. Unless you are doing this as a job, as a bodybuilding job, most gentlemen nowadays with factory jobs, the constant movement like this, you gentlemen don't need to be hitting the gym right after on a shoulder day throwing up 55s. Just saying, you know, if you're doing it because you're a football player and you're busting it out because you need big shoulders, I understand. But for your average gentleman that's building good, reliable shoulders, and even our athletes, you guys do not need to go in and just start grabbing heavy weights and start throwing them up right away. Warm up your shoulders, then get to the weights, then put them up. Also focus on your accessory muscles as well, because those are going to be important to keep everything stabilized. I want to see athletes work for a long time and enjoy the game that they love so much for a long time. I'm 30 and I'm still enjoying basketball. I'm going to be 60 still enjoying basketball. That's just how it's going to be. So when we get into flexibility, we're focused on range of motion, overall how your body is feeling, and we really want to open up the muscles, make sure that we're getting good blood flow. Also, this is just a good way to wake up in the morning. So thank you for joining me for the first 7 minutes. I'm just getting started. Here we are. We're going to get into it. Arms up. Reach for the ceiling. Just lean back slightly. And your eyes should be looking towards the ceiling right now. Breathe in. Breathe out. And for most of you, I'm not exaggerating my bend at all. I'm not leaning way back. I'm just... Relax. Bring your arms back like this. Nice and gentle. Bring them forward. Roll your hands over. Let's get into proper anatomic form. And let's bring them up. As high as you can. As far back. Start stretching. Keep those thumbs pointed out. And you're just right above your head with it right now. Most of you are probably thinking, oh my God, why is my shoulder so tight? Why can't I move? Because like we talked about in the video previously, sometimes when your shoulders are constantly out of anatomical line. And remember, still be holding this, by the way. When they're not at an anatomical line, they're rotated over each other, meaning they're out of position all day long. See, our arms are out of position all day long. So what I'm training you guys to do is to really open up those shoulders this morning. Stretch them out properly in the proper position. Spread your fingers too when you do it. Spread your fingers. Stretch those hands. They're collapsed all day. Stretch them out. Bring it back down, nice and gentle. Still hold that same position. Still hold that same position coming all the way down. You really want to feel it all the way through because we're going to come back with it too. Stand up straight. Don't lean forward to try to get more angle. Just come up straight. And just go back as far as you can and keep those hands twisted out. Most of you are going, I don't think this, and most of you are like, oh my God, why is my hands on fire right now? Why are my shoulders already on fire? From this simple exercise, keep those hands stretched out. I want you all to be able to see the red in your hands when you're stretching them out. We're putting intensity on the muscles here. Not only are we stretching, but we're putting intensity on the muscles. We're shortening the muscles as well. Remember, always be squeezing inside here. Always be squeezing. Whew, whew. It's like you're doing mini thrusts. Tighten the core. We're getting there. Long time coming. Keep that position. Open up that chest. Turn those hands out. We really want to stretch this out. Hands are tight. Forearms are tight. Shoulders are tight. Maybe you slept wrong last night. Maybe you slept like this. What is that, the monster mash? I did the monster mash. Wasn't midnight last. I did the monster. Sometimes I swear that's what I sound like in bed. I sound like monster. Anyways. Now it's really important to always remember to just keep your body limber. So the reason I just started with the hands is because sometimes our hands are the most missed part of our body, and I really wanted to bring emphasis on this early in the morning when you wake up. This right here, the most important key to your day probably is throbbing right now. And if it's not, then hold that stretch longer. If it's not, then push that stretch a little bit harder. If it's not, and it's just that comfortable, then you've been taking care of your body so well, and I'm so proud of you. And if you haven't been taking care of your body, you're on this channel right now trying to learn how to take care of your body, I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Next, I like to use a flat wall. I have a flat wall here. I'll turn the camera for you. You guys see a little bit of my closet here. I got a flat wall right here. And what I like to do is, this is a good stretch for any of you factory workers, any of you football players. When I stand here straight, just like this, ooh, it's already on fire. And you're gonna feel this in your forearms right here. Right here. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, because I just want to bring you guys the best. And it helps me with my schooling as well. Located in this area, starting on your far side of your thumb, is your brachioradialis, and next to it is your pronator teres, Next to that is your flexor carpi radialis, your palmaris longus. On the outside is your flexi carpi ulnaris, better known as the wrist flexor group. When you move down into the digitorum area, in behind those muscles that I just called out, there's a set of muscles that are superficialis to this, and that's the flexor digitorum that are layered underneath these muscles in your forearm. You also have an abductor pollis longus, a flexor pollis longus. You have a pronator quadris, and these look like thicker muscles and tendons that tend to help with the rotation of the wrist right in this area. These are located here. The pronator goes across here. The abductor pollis longus goes here, and the flexor pollis longus is attached from here to here. And then you move on to the tendon that runs to your thumb, which is the flexor pollis longus that runs down into your thumb. And then your flexor digitorums are the tendons that sit on top of your hands. These are the muscles you are stretching, along with your brachialis as well. And what I like to do is when I'm stretching out these muscles, is I'll take like my knuckle like this, or two knuckles, kind of like what they would do in a blading situation, and I'll actually run my knuckles along those muscles. Massaging them and pushing the blood flow into my forearms, because what a lot of people don't realize is, yeah, our hands get used a lot, but our forearms are in constant rebalance, constantly working themselves because our hands are constantly doing something different. And if your hands aren't doing something different, that's why they get so sore so quickly. And this exercise right here is a fantastic exercise. I just want to show you real quick. I don't know how well you can see that blood flow, but a little bit of blood just pushed into the muscles really helps open up and heal those muscles. You can do the reverse side too, just like this. Put your wrist up there, take your knuckle, just like we were before, and just massage it. If it's hurting, it's good. Keep pushing through the hurt, because that means the muscle's just really sore. Now, if it's hurting because you got a medical condition, then see your doctor before you do any of these exercises. Everything on this channel is just a shared notation of knowledge. None of it is meant to prevent or help in the future right now. I don't want you guys to hurt yourself. I want you guys to take these exercises slow. This is all shared knowledge. Everything on the internet is shared knowledge. So please do your research for yourself as well, and make sure that you also take every exercise slowly and work your way into it. Never rush, never rush. Shoulder rotations. Go a little bigger. Ah. Ooh. Oh, I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. That's no joke here. I'm feeling it. Thanks for growing with me on this channel. I know the videos are long. You can scan through them however you may like. My painting! Oh no! Ooh. A little wider. Woo! Ah! Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. This side is a lot tighter than this side. I got a ghost in my room at this point. That's where I'm at with it. I got a ghost in my room at this point. Get yourself some water. Get back to that later. All right. Flies, here we go. Depending on your room or your space, what I like to do is I like to make sure that I put my arms out just like this, all rotation, and then I know I have enough room to go full fly. Lemur! He's alright. Cross plane. Remember, this is our sagittal plane, cuts us from left to right. Our frontal plane cuts us from anterior to posterior, or front to back. And then our transverse plane is a big square. Just imagine a square right here, cuts us in half. And that's our transverse plane. So we're going across the sagittal plane here. We're just coming across the sagittal plane here. And we're keeping it in the anterior plane as well. We're not going posterior with it. We're just keeping it in the anterior plane. Locking in on the side. I like to place, so here's a little trick if you're working on your posture. You want to know if your posture is good. You place your heels up against the back of a wall. Your feet are just spread out a little bit. Your calves must touch the wall. Your butt must touch the wall. Your shoulder blades must relax, and your head must touch the wall. All in a relaxed position. You don't need to force anything back. So like myself, I can already tell you, like I can even show you from this angle. Like even my posture's a little off, and I'm guessing it's all from the push-ups too. But like I can get my butt, my heels, my butt, that's not too bad, but, and my shoulders back, but my shoulders sit a little more off the flat wall over here than it does here. So I find that my head is coming off the back wall just a little bit. Like I'm almost, so heels, feet, bam, anatomic. I got pretty good posture right now, but I can tell in my neck when I do it, my neck is tight. And my knees are tight. So when you start to work on your posture a lot and you start to constantly test yourself and start to feel what your body feels, when you start to place yourself in that position again, you'll start to pinpoint areas of your body like, oh, that's off just a little bit. And that's always a good way to run it up. So here we are. We are going into some dynamic stretching for the legs real quick. You can either grab a bar, hold your wall, or you grab one foot, or if you got the balance, make sure when you're standing on one leg, that leg is flexed. Your core is strong. You're squeezing your butt cheeks, and we're here. 1, 2, and let it go. And you plant, lift. All right. Okay, we got those. We're going to do some knee tucks here. Ooh. Not right now, I'm not. All right. I felt something right before I was going to do my knee tuck. I felt some pressure up in here. I'm going to take care of that real quick before I go putting any more pressure in an area that seems to have pressure. So we're just going to get down on one knee. You can't do this if you don't have good knees. That's okay. An alternative to this would be like if you're trying to stretch out this muscle here, I would suggest like using a wall or something, and then like let's see if I can't find something for you here real quick. Oh, there you go. If you want to stretch this out and you don't want to get down on one knee, put your leg up on an elevated spot just like this. Slight bend in the knee is fine. And just lean back into it. And I'll stretch that same area out. If you got good balance, bring your hands up. Don't over exaggerate your back. And just hold it here. Remember to breathe. Breathing is very important for your body in many aspects. If you don't breathe, then you're not able to get the oxygen into your body that is needed in order to move the blood properly and to supply the proper nutrients to your muscles as they're going through these phases. So holding your breath actually increases the carbon dioxide in your body, which actually starts to suffocate your muscles and set up feed your muscles. That's why, gentlemen, when you're doing bench press, don't stop breathing. Breathe. Stop dehydrating your muscles from the oxygen that they need in order to push up that 245. Alright, another one of my favorite. It's just feet apart. Here we go. Remember, I'm looking here, shoulders here. Alright, y'all. Internal and external rotations of the hip. Good for opening up your hips, loosening those. Make sure you add these two exercises in the morning. Hold on to a post, a wall, anything. Your balance isn't that good. Or for myself, I do it because I'm trying to do a little extra focus in the hip area. I have a tendon that rubs on this hip pretty bad. And you guys could hear it right now through the camera. If I could hold a mic up to my hip, it would sound like a heartbeat. Do 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 every time I rotate my hip. So I have my imperfections as well. I'm not perfect in any type of way. Sometimes I like to take my hand and I place it right here in between on the backside of my thigh. Helps me rotate. Give that chest one more double check. All right. It's feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. Ah. All right, y'all. Me personally, I don't like the texture of my floor when I'm doing push-ups, so I slap on shoes. You want to do them barefooted? Do them barefooted. Want to slap on shoes? Slap on shoes. You want to do them hanging upside down? Do them hanging upside down. I don't care. Join me in the next video as we get ready to bust out the 100.